Welcome. In this explainer, we're going to transform how you talk about your day, taking it from kind of basic to, well, brilliant. So let's just dive right in. Okay, so let's start with a question we all hear, like all the time. It's probably one of the most common ways we try to connect with people. But think about it. How do we usually answer?
Yeah, our answer is usually pretty generic, right? You know the drill. Fine. Busy. Good. It's like summing up a 2-hour movie in one word. It just doesn't capture the real story, the real feel of our day. Well, today, we're going to change that.
All right, first up, let's tackle the morning. We're going to walk through a pretty typical day, step by step, and hunt for some richer, more interesting ways to talk about these moments we all go through. Oh, I love this example. Instead of saying your morning is just, normal, or maybe a little strange, the word quirky is just perfect. It kind of hints that your routine is a bit unusual, but in a really charming, interesting way. It adds so much personality, instantly.
I mean, we can all relate to this, right? It's that constant little battle in your head. 5 more minutes of cozy sleep versus, being a responsible adult. This phrase just captures that struggle so perfectly. And let's be honest, sometimes the bed wins that negotiation, big time. When you hit that snooze button, not once, not twice, but maybe, just maybe 4 times, yeah, you've officially gone overboard. You've done way too much of a good thing. And what happens when you skip your routine because you've gone overboard snoozing? You might feel scattered. This word is such a perfect picture of that feeling when your day just starts in a total rush. Scattered. It means you're unfocused, kind of messy on the inside, like all your thoughts are just flying around everywhere.
Okay, let's move on to the main event, the workday. This is where things can get seriously intense. And you know what? Our vocabulary needs to be able to keep up with the pace.
Now here's a fantastic alternative to just saying, I'm very busy. Saying you're swamped paints a way more vivid picture. It really gets that feeling of being completely overwhelmed across.
And I just love this definition. Think about it. Being swamped is like you're literally standing in deep water, but the water is made of tasks. It just perfectly captures that feeling of drowning in emails, messages, and all those to-do lists. It's such a powerful visual word. So let's look at the upgrade here. You've got the basic version, I was very busy. And then the much richer version, I was swamped and a bit frazzled. See the difference? By adding swamped and frazzled, which is that feeling of being stressed, tired, and just a mess inside, your description suddenly has so much more emotional depth.
So, how do you even handle being swamped? Well, our source material has a few cool strategies with some great phrases. For one, you can whip through the easy tasks. That just means you do them super fast. Or you can try to wiggle out of extra meetings, which is a really clever way to politely get out of stuff you don't really need to be doing.
And here is the golden rule. Haste makes waste. I mean, this is a classic proverb for a reason, right? It's that timeless reminder that rushing around usually just leads to mistakes, and those mistakes end up costing you way more time and energy down the line.
And this brings us to such an important skill, knowing when to call it a day. This little phrase just means you decide, okay, I'm done working. And honestly, it's a crucial decision, not just for your English, but for your sanity, for your well-being. So after you finally call it a day, you've still got your evening, and this is a time of real choice. It's a crossroads. How are you going to recharge after all that work?
Let's look at the 2 paths you can take. On one hand, you could have an unproductive evening that just drains you, where you go overboard on your phone or TV. Or you can choose a restorative evening, one that actually gives you energy back for tomorrow.
So what exactly makes an evening restorative? Well, it can be something wholesome. This is such a great word. It describes something that's simple and good and just healthy for your soul. Think about it. A quiet dinner, reading a good book, actually talking with your family. No drama, just peace. And the result of a wholesome evening? You feel rejuvenated. I mean, this is the ultimate goal, isn't it? It's so much more than just being less tired. It's about feeling totally refreshed, clear-headed, and just full of new energy for whatever tomorrow throws at you.
All right, so we've journeyed through an entire day from that first alarm to a relaxing evening. Now let's do a quick, rapid-fire recap of all the key words and phrases we picked up along the way. First up, those words for the crazy, busy parts of the day. Remember swamped for when you're just drowning in work, and frazzled when your brain feels totally fried. You can whip through tasks for speed, wiggle out of things to escape, and go overboard when you've just done too much. And then we have our words for personality and just feeling good.
Use quirky to talk about your own unique habits. Wholesome for those activities that are genuinely good for your soul. And rejuvenated for that incredible feeling of being totally refreshed. And of course, never forget that golden rule. Haste makes waste.
So, here's the main takeaway from all of this. You don't need some crazy, extraordinary life to have an interesting story to tell. Your normal, everyday routine is absolutely packed with feelings and moments that are worth describing well.
Because ultimately, it really just comes down to this. Every single day, you are living a story. So, now that you're armed with all these new words, the only real question left is, the next time someone asks how your day was, how are you going to tell it?